Hi, what's up guys? Welcome to Young Family in our YouTube channel. Today is April 8th, 2023. In today's video, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite Camellia collections, Herme Pink, which I planted in our driveway garden. Stay with me. So this is the Camellia plant I'm going to talk about today. So first, let's check out the label. Unfortunately, the label is not clear because actually there's several years ago I propagated this Camellia plant. So I'm trying to identify the writing on the label. So basically, I think in September 2020, I air-layered this Camellia plant. In January 2021, I cut off and planted in the pot. So actually, in January this year, I transplanted this Camellia plant in this driveway garden. So first, I'd like to mention why I choose this spot and transplanted this Camellia plant right here. Because generally speaking, Camellia plants love partial sun, partial shade. They can tolerate full shade, but they cannot tolerate full sun, especially during the hot summer sun. As you can see here, I put some mulch on the top of the ground to keep the soil moist and also can reduce the soil temperature, especially during the hot summer days. Actually, we live in Los Angeles in Southern California. During the summer, the directly hot sun can cause some damages to the Camellia plants. So basically, this spot is on the north side of this wall. As you can see here, on the other side of this wall, in our neighbor's yard, there's a big bush. You can see here a lot of bush branches spread to our side, so they can block some directly sun during the summer. So actually, in the winter, this spot is totally kind of full shade. As you can see here, just next to this Camellia plant, I planted some hydrangea plants. So basically, hydrangea plants is the same as Camellia plants. They cannot tolerate directly hot summer sun because the big leaf will wilt and totally exposed to directly hot summer sun. Another reason I planted this Camellia plants with hydrangea plants because both plants, they are acid-loving plants. Actually, I have several years experience to grow and care for different varieties or species Camellia plants. On my YouTube channel, there's one playlist named Camellia Plants, Propagation and Care. So far, there are 20 videos in that playlist talking about how to propagate and how to care for Camellia plants. If you're interested, you can go back and check it out. So first, let's take a look at the leaf. So as you know, Camellia plant is evergreen plant with dark green, glossy and waxy leaf. So the leaf actually is pretty thick. So let's take a look at the flowers. As you can see here, most of the flowers are blooming right now. You can see two flowers already dropped to the ground because, during this winter, we rained a lot in Los Angeles area. So basically, these flowers, if just soak into the rainwater, it's very easy faded and drop to the ground. So, but anyway, we still have some flowers on these Camellia plants. So the reason why I wait today to shoot a video because I want to show you these flowers and compare with some other flowers. So I'm going to talk about that flowers later. So let's take a look at these flowers. So basically, if you just take a quick look at the flowers, you will find this flower looks like just a pink color. So basically, it's not true. If you take a close look at the flowers, you will find that the flowers is kind of like a bicolor. So basically, at the base of each petal is kind of pink color or light red color. But at the edge of each petal, it's kind of like a pure white. So that's why they call it bicolor. It's modulated white. So in the middle of the flower, you can see the golden stamens. Some golden stamens mixed with small petals. And on some petals, you can see some streaked with dark pink. So let's check out right here. I want to show you some here, right here. Did you see here? Streaked with dark pink color, but not every petals. Some petals you can see this kind of color and a pattern. Okay, just when I show you this flower, it dropped to the ground. So basically, this is one of the features of characters that Camellia plant, the flower drop to ground is the whole flower, not just one petal and one petal. So basically you can see here there's another Camellia variety or species, the whole flower drop to the ground. So basically you can check out this flower, see, right? The golden stamens in the center mixed with small petals and striped with dark pink. So it's bicolor. It's beautiful. After checking on website, so basically this Camellia plant variety or species is identified with Herme pink. I once counted how many flowers and flower buds on this plant. So basically about 15, including some flowers dropped to the ground and one here flower bud. So just dropped to the ground when I shoot this video. So basically still some flower buds right here. This one, that one, and here. So I'm not sure. Oh, there's one over here. So basically I want to mention you here. This flower, the color is totally different from this flower. So okay, one thing I want to mention you. So basically if we think this flower is kind of like a fully open, so basically the flower size is about 3 to 4 inches diameter. So it's medium size. The flower form is kind of semi-double form. So let's take a look at the other flower. So basically you can find that this flower color is totally different from some other flowers on this Camellia plant. So if you check the flower bud right here, on the tip of each flower bud, you can see its kind of color is white color. And check out this flower color. It's kind of more like a pink color. And here, this flower is kind of like fully open. So basically, if you compare this flower with some other flowers, I think the flower size and the flower form is pretty much the same. Medium size, double, semi-double form. But the color is totally different. It's kind of like a pure light red color. Basically, you cannot find any other color, just probably a very, very little white. I cannot see white. I think probably light pink color on the edge of the small petals. So basically, this is kind of like a pure light red color flowers. Why? How it happened? So some people might ask, hey, Mr. Yang, did you do something on this Camellia plant? Did you graft this Camellia variety or species on this Camellia plant? Actually, to be honest, I didn't do anything on this Camellia plant. Even though this is one of my interested, I want to graft different varieties or species Camellia plants on one Camellia plant. So generally, I can create a multicolored, different colors, size, or formed Camellia plants in one plant. But unfortunately, I didn't do anything on this Camellia plant. So basically, you can see here, this flower, the side branch from here, I didn't do anything. And here, you can check it out right here. This might be light red color. It's same as that one. I'm not sure exactly, but very promising based on my experience. So basically, that's why I wait until today, until this flower bud is fully open, so I can show you this flower compared with some other flowers, totally different on one single Camellia plant. So basically, that's why I really recommend you go back, check out my YouTube channel, Camellia Plants Propagation and Care playlist. There's a bunch of videos I specifically talking about this phenomenon. So basically, this phenomenon is called spotting. So it's very interesting. One of the characteristics and features in some Camellia varieties or species. So basically, simply think about it. It's just genetic mutation. It's amazing. So basically, totally amazing. You see, on one single Camellia plant, they totally produce another. The flower color is totally different from some other flower. It's amazing. So basically, today I give you a general description about one of my favorite Camellia varieties or species. So actually, Camellia plants is very easy to maintain. It's kind of a low maintenance. So far, I didn't get any problem kind of the plants infected with some pests or disease. So basically, you can see here, it's pretty healthy. Even though the plant right now is pretty small, it's kind of like a small bush. So basically, this plant can grow up to 6 to 8 feet tall and wide. So actually, this wall is about 6 feet tall. So basically, right now, I don't want to prune any on this Camellia plants. You can see here on this branch, you can see a lot of the leaf buds. So the leaf buds is totally different from the flower buds. So flower buds is big and round. This is kind of like a small and very sharp. So I think right now is the blooming season. Basically start from October or November to April or May. It's a Camellia plants blooming season. Really depends on different varieties of species. Basically, I think all these flowers, they're going to bloom and drop to the ground. Then later, all the leaves is going to grow. So during the summer or after summer, they're going to produce new flower buds for the later this year or next year. So anyway, so guys, if you like today's video, if you think today's video is very helpful, please give a thumb up, like, share, leave comments down below. Thanks for watching. See you next time in my new video.